Welcome to the Crypt. Today we're going to be sinking our teeth into Crafty Survivors. This is a Survivors genre / style roguelike game where instead of your traditional classes, you're going to be playing with crafting professions such as like a chef, a seamstress, a sculptor, the likes of that. And they will each have their own unique abilities and synergies to play around with. Right here we have our village, so this is going to be our main hub. The goal is essentially to get a few resources together from our different outings to rebuild the village. As you can see here, as we progress, we'll get more resources through playing the game, and we can upgrade each of these buildings to give us better chances of survival in the next rounds. We will be facing hordes of monsters in each round, and using our different abilities for our individual characters, we'll craft our synergies based off that and our upgrades. So everything's going to be a little bit more unique. It's not your traditional knight, mages or archers that you're going to be playing as. So we're going to jump in and check this out. Let's try Town Square and have a look at this. Okay, so we'll have a quick look here and see we've got our restaurant. I believe we start with a chef as our first class, and we can unlock other ones as we progress through. So let's see, we've got our grasslands here. Let's head into this. So the stages are kind of broken up a little bit. The stages are sort of like sub-stages before we get to like a final boss, which is actually pretty good, I think. So we've got our first character that is unlocked here. As you can see, we've got 3 more characters we can potentially unlock. So we've got Stoverick the Chef. So he has a special command or ability, which is called Serve. So this is going to prepare enemies with his skills in order to perform an area of effect attack that deals massive damage to all enemies around him. He must accumulate at least 20 bistro stacks to perform the special command. All bistro stacks are consumed after performing Serve. The stacks are granted when applying a combination of status on an enemy. So we've got chopped, roasted and spiced, or we can apply chopped, frosted and candied. So he uses a sharp kitchen knife to apply chopped statuses to enemies, while the other statuses are caused by the skills. So as we progress, we'll unlock our skills when we level up from defeating enemies, and then we can get different skills that will apply each of these statuses to them. So I think we'll just jump straight in. Here we go, defeat the stage. So these stages as well, we'll have a look at in a second, but it looks like it's all based on how many enemies spawn rather than a specific timer like you'd get in a traditional Survivors kind of game. Okay, so we have skill cast system. So essentially we can either manually or automatically cast our skills. We can toggle between them for each mode for each slot. So we can set up individual slots as manual or automatic casting. They all have their own properties and synergies. Yep. So some may or may not be less suitable for auto casting. Okay. Basically we can decide for ourselves how we want to play this. Let's carry on then. Okay, so we can set up the auto cast. While the game is paused, press the right mouse button on a skill slot to toggle between manual casting and auto. Okay, that's nice and easy. And then there's the gamepad one as well. Okay, so we're still using our WASD. if we can start attacking. So I am currently manually clicking to attack, and it looks like we're getting a few different resources here. Our XP, our gold, and some wood as well. And you can see above the enemies' heads they're getting the chopped status applied to them. Okay, so first upgrade we have cinnamon spikes. We've got big cinnamon spike, comes out of the ground after a short delay in the direction you are aiming, dealing damage and inflicting the candied status. The skill has 3 charges, so one of the stats needed to acquire bistro charge for the serve skill. So 30 damage and 15-second cooldown. Does seem kinda long. What else do we have? Flambe summons a giant frying pan in the direction that you're aiming, pulls enemies towards it for 2 seconds. It burns them to a crisp, dealing damage and causing the roasted status. That's 40 damage and a shorter cooldown, I believe, with 12 seconds. That's not too bad. We also have a level up for our serve. 5% chance of healing 1 heart. So we've got 3 hearts, so we can only get hit 3 times. So it's a little bit different to other survivor games like Vampire Survivors, where you have specific health points. This seems to be limiting to hearts instead, which kind of fits the whole style of the game. I mean, already it looks like a very nice nice styled game. I do like the graphics on this, so a little bit more cartoony and playful, so I think it will attract a wider audience or a younger audience. We also have freezing time here, level 1. Throws a fridge at the direction you're aiming that unleashes freezing bursts all around itself 3 times, dealing damage and inflicting the frosted status. Alright, so frosted is another one that does 20 damage and 10-second cooldown. Okay. Good to know. I think we're going to go with the frying pan. This here seems to be overall better, so we can try that. And I want to auto cast our chef's knife, so let's choose that. Okay, cool. So yeah, now we're auto casting. Let's try this out. Oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. Ooh. Okay, we just got another level up. Salt Rain. Does look like they've got skill trees available here as well. So Salt Rain plus whatever this one here is will synergize for something else. So Salt Rain is a spiced skill. Rains on a small area around a random enemy, dealing damage and inflicting spice status on enemies. 5 damage with an 8-second cooldown. Doesn't seem super good. Roasted. Okay, throws an oven in the direction you are aiming. It spews flames all around it and explodes after 1.8 seconds, dealing damage and applying roasted status on enemies it hits. Flames do 30% of the skill's damage and hit every 0.2 seconds. 20 damage, 10-second cooldown. That seems kind of good as an AoE. And we've also got caramel drop, so this is the candied status. Throws a sphere made of caramel, dealing damage to enemies when it hits the ground and creating an area that slows enemies. Okay, that could also be quite good. Slows enemies. So this one did roasted, so we probably don't need this here. However, I don't think the candied mixed with the roasted, did it? But I think the spice one does. Let's try Salt Rain. Let's just see what it's like. Oh, oh, we gotta get out of there. Oh, okay, so it looks like we did have a dodge as well. And I'm already dying. I've already been hit, unfortunately. Probably not good to be right next to the edge of the map. Dodge, dodge, dodge. I may die already. Hopefully we can regain health somehow. Ooh, this is not good. We've just started off. I may need to dodge a bit more. Okay, we have freezing time. Throws a fridge at the direction you're aiming. That unleashes freezing bursts all around itself 3 times, dealing damage and inflicting the frosted status. Okay, so what else do we have? We have an upgrade for our knife. On every 6th knife slash, spawn a rotating knife around you, cutting all enemies, leaving you with chop status. This knife does 50% of your weapon's damage. Okay. We also have precise measurements, so this is a critical hit chance increased by 10%. And then we have the cinnamon spikes again. I might actually go for the knife upgrade here. Let me try and get in the middle here a little bit. You have to be pretty close with the knife, unfortunately, which is a little bit scary. Alright, and we did. I walked straight into that. Okay, let's retry that real quick. Okay, I think I understand. We've got our knife set up to auto. Got to be a little bit more careful and maybe actually try and dodge. Here we go. Okay, this time we have peppercorn poof. Throws a handful of black pepper in a cone in the direction you're aiming, dealing damage, knocking back enemies, and inflicting the spice status. It's 8 damage with a 8-second cooldown. Caramel drop, we have seen that one. And what was this one? Reduces skill cooldown by 10%. That's actually not bad. Ooh, okay, so this one has a synergy with a peppercorn. 8 damage, this one's 20 damage. I might grab the ovens this time, I think, and see how these work. Oh, okay, that's actually not bad. Does that hurt me as well? No, I don't think so. Alright, trees have collision as well, we gotta be careful. What is this? I don't know what that did, but we picked something up out of the tree. Another upgrade. Okay, yeah, that's our cooldown. This here is overcooked. It's a 35% chance of inflicting burn to enemies affected by the roasted status. Burn deals 5 damage every 2 seconds. Okay. I do actually want to get this peppercorn for the synergy. Looks like it. You can actually go down 2 different skill trees here as well. Let's grab this though. Oop. Again, I have to be careful. I'm gonna get trapped. Oh, I definitely hit something. I should not be walking through there. What is this? Increased magnetic radius. That might be useful just for picking up stuff a little bit. Yeah, the range with the knife is not great, but we do need to get all 3 statuses on them to be able to use our served skill. Okay, we can get 2 more charges with this. Let's do that. We'll get the extra charges here. The knockback is nice. Try and collect whatever I can here. So I'm thinking maybe I need to stack the chop first, if we can, followed by the peppercorn, and then the oven, the roasted. Oop, I got hit again. You're coming in quick. Oh no, I'm back down to 1 life. I am wondering if maybe I should auto cast the peppercorn as well. This throws in an additional oven. It's just gives me a little less to have to think about. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then we can throw some ovens. Okay. It's going to take me a second to get used to this, I think. I'm getting far too close trying to get the chop status on these. I don't think I dodged once that whole time when I was playing that last round. I do like these ovens though. They seem to be pretty good. It's a little bit hard to see anything though. Alright. Try and get something in here. I think what's great about this as well is the fact that yes, you do have to dodge and cast your own abilities rather than just walking around and auto casting constantly. I do like that actually. Adds a little bit more difficulty to the game, I think. And just in general, I think it makes it a little bit more enjoyable. But we do have 700 enemies we have to defeat here, which is probably not going to be super easy. Crit chance. We could get the Sriracha Meteor, which is, I believe it's an upgrade or synergy from these 2. So this throws a sphere of Sriracha sauce at the direction you're aiming, explodes upon impact, and an enemy upon impact with an enemy. Hitting additional enemies in a cone area behind the first target. It inflicts the spice and roasted effects. So, it looks like that's the general upgrade where it'll do both of these statuses in one. So let's grab that then, and maybe we should pause for a second. I might try and auto all of these and just see what it's like. It might be just easier for me in general. A lot of other people are probably going to be able to manually cast their abilities a lot easier than I can. Okay, we've got some upgrades. I will upgrade the peppercorn, I think, actually. Okay. Try and get all this experience I left behind. I do think maybe where the whole auto casting and manual casting come in is probably best to be able to time them specifically with the manual casting. But for me, in general, it's just a little bit too much for me to think about at this time. Until I get a bit more used to the game, I think. Let's get another oven. I think that'll give us a little bit more of an area of effect. Okay, what is this? Ooh, I did get hit there. Okay, we got another level up. Okay, this will do damage by 50% and knocks back enemies further. What was this one here? Quick Hands increases attack speed. Cooldown might be good as well, actually. I'll go Peppercorn for now. Wondering if there's like movement speed upgrades. But in saying that, they do have the dodge, so it's really just me being a really bad gamer. So I'm clearly just not cut out for this. Here we go. It just is hard to get that chopped effect on them. I don't want to get too close. Attack speed up would probably be good. Also an oven. Let's go yeah, let's get the oven. Wow, there is a lot of XP and items around that I have not been grabbing. Okay, it looks like we've got like an elite down here. Attack speed up would be nice. Each enemy defeated with Serve has a 5% chance. I almost have Serve, so let's actually grab that. I'm going to try and dodge out of the way there. Oh, what is this? Try and keep these status effects going. The last charge of the skill has a 50% extra damage. Let's get the meteor upgrade, I think. Yeah. We'll go with that. Again, it's really trying to get these chopped status effects on, which are becoming a little bit difficult for me. And I backed straight into that one. That was stupid. I could have survived that. This is terrible. Let's try again. Yeah, you have to be so close. Right in the thick of it. Maybe doing this flambe might be worth, because that sucks him in. Ooh, I already got hit. I'm getting too close, not dodging. Peppercorn, yes, I do like that. It's got the knockback. Maybe the peppercorn shouldn't be auto, because it uses all of the abilities straight away otherwise, so I might take the peppercorn off and we'll just use that as a manual ability. Might make life a little bit easier. That way I can kind of knock them back when I need to as well. Okay, what was this one here? Salt in the wound. Enemies affected by spice receive 10% additional damage. That does seem good. We might want to increase our pan though. Let's use salt in the wound actually. Right, I think that helped us get a few stacks up. We'll get the peppercorn upgrade. That's better. I think that's a lot better actually. Skill cooldown I might grab as well. Yeah, if I use the peppercorn manually, that might help us get our serve ability. Adds 35% chance of burn, that's right. Let's do skill cooldown again. As soon as the pan shows up, I need to be using the peppercorn ability. Alright, we have our serve ability, so let's try this. Okay, it's like an instant AoE kill. Attack speed would probably be a good idea too, actually. Let's grab the attack speed. Yeah, I think I'm starting to get it. It definitely helps having the peppercorn on a manual setting, I think. Oh, and there was another heart there as well. I am going to upgrade my knife actually. Yeah, that seems to help quite a little bit. Yes, and we have our serve. Nice. Did not kill the elite though. Did not kill the elite. So that's a little bit scary. I might have to dodge out of there. See if we can't level up a little bit more. Suction increase. Every attack does an additional knife slash. Let's do suction increase, I think. We got a chest here. What is this? Alright, we leveled up our serve. Gives us the extra chance for healing a heart, which is nice. Oh god. that wasn't good. I need to be a little bit quicker on the peppercorn. Okay. We could go... I mean, we could try the frosted. But I think we should be building up the synergy, really. Let's try the overcooked. Okay, here we go. Nice. Dodge through and pick up all the XP. Yeah, I'm definitely starting to get the hang of this a little bit better. We'll get the peppercorn upgrade as well. Ooh. Okay, we got a big boy coming in. Okay, 10 damage every 2 seconds. I mean, I suppose we could throw... Let's just throw in the fridge as well, maybe. I mean, why not? Can't really do it if it's got multiple abilities, right? Okay, we'll try and get this boss down if we can. Nice. We get the additional chest, which had 100 wood and 1,000 gold in it as well. Not bad. Okay, cool. So it looks like we finally got past this level. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of tweaking with what you want to use manually and automatically. So yeah, it's a bit of a learning curve there. So we've got 293 wood there, 3 of whatever this is, 2 like claws, and 1 tail, 2 tails by the looks of it as well. 3,000 gold. Not bad. So that was the grassland stage here. And as you can see, it then progresses further on to the next stage, which would give us stone by the looks of it. In the field materials, it looked like we were missing one type there. Let's go back to our village, and we'll have a look at that. So we may actually be able to upgrade this. We can upgrade our attack speed. Can we actually repair any of these other ones? Here, we can repair the forge, which will give us a plus 10% weapon damage. Okay, that's looking good. So the next upgrade for this will require the stone from the next level. Can be visited by a wandering merchant. Okay. Is there anything else we can upgrade here? Okay, we need stone for that one. And what about this? Okay, Fisherman's Hut is coming soon, so it'll probably be in a future update. This is, of course, early access, guys. And it's actually a relatively cheap game. Like, I think it was like $5. So I think for what it is, not a bad price actually. And yeah, I would say there's definitely going to be quite a lot more added into the game. So I think the next stage, which we can have a quick look at as well, should gain a stone, so why not carry on. Yeah, this grasslands here, carry on to this. The stage 2, we should get stone from it. So every time we go into a new stage or restart or retry a stage, all our abilities get reset. So every single time we'll be playing differently. And it does look like we can even change classes or professions as we progress as well. So we don't have to stick with one throughout the whole thing. Alright, so this is going to explain field materials to us, which we have actually already collected some of. They usually consist of plants and animals, and each has its own behavior. Some stages may have different chances of spawning each event, and there are 5 unique field materials per area of the game. So we have come across all 3 of these, or actually all 4 of these guys already. Edible field materials like fruits heal you once collect. So that's what that thing did when we picked that up. Would have liked to have had that at a different point in time. And then there's the territorial beasts, like this yak, bison, whatever you want to call it, that can fight us back. So we have to be wary of that. So yeah, we've come across all of those already. Now there are supposed to be different biomes in general, which you can tell since this is specified as the grassland. So once we defeat the boss throughout this area, I guess, we'll then get to actually see what other biomes are out there. But they did state there were additional biomes. So I'm assuming we're going to come across maybe a desert and, you know, a snow area, which is pretty typical. Right, I do like this frying pan, but I'd like to try the, maybe the freezing, the frosted, and the candied effects. So let's throw that down. Now, I'm going to be careful not to get hit. So is there a candied option? There is not a candied option, okay. Right, well in this case I'm going to grab the peppercorn again, just because it is a good ability to have manual set up. And it looks like as we cross over, our ability slots stay activated whether or not they were automatic or manual, so you may have to be aware of that if you need to change anything. Try and get a knockback there. Do we have a candied option at all? No, we do not. Alright, this one was another frosted ability. Alright, we'll get the frying pan again then. Just for the meantime. We did pick up our first little bit of stone by the looks of it. No candy option. Okay, let's go. Yeah, we'll get the peppercorn again. The additional charges are actually quite useful. Oh, there's another ability. Another creature there. What was this one? This was the caramel. This is what we needed. Let's choose that one, and I'm going to pause real quick. Can I swap these abilities around? Yes, we can. Okay. Sticky sugar inflicts slow on enemies affected by candied. That sounds pretty good to me, actually. We'll take that. Okay, so it does do a little bit of an area of effect there. Increases caramel puddle duration by 20%. Freezing time increases area of effect by 30. Let's grab the area of effect by 30 and see how we go. The good thing is it does seem like as long as we have one combination of those ability stacks, it doesn't really seem to matter if we have all of them on it. Okay, reduce movement, duration might be a good one to be grabbing actually. We'll grab the duration for the puddle. Especially because we do have this set up, unfortunately, as automatic casting, which probably isn't ideal. Liquid nitrogen. Frozen enemies cannot move or attack for 3 seconds. I'm going to get the knife upgrade, honestly. I think that's actually really important as far as getting the chop status. That 6th ability is very helpful. Let's do Chef's Knife 3. We're not really getting the stacks like I'd want. I think the timing is just off a little bit with the automatic casting. Okay, that's alright. And I ran out of stacks of peppercorn. I might grab the serve since we're close to being able to actually use that ability. That's when we needed to use that. Right, cool. I don't want to use our ability just yet. Maybe now. There we go. That's more like it. That's more like it. Okay. Oop, dodge. Ooh, that was close. I got stuck on that tree for a second. Spliced enemies. Maybe we do... Let's do the liquid nitrogen, maybe. Ooh, we took the damage there. That wasn't good. Just gonna try and run around for a second. Yep, we're taking damage. I hope one of these trees maybe has some healing on it. Please give me healing somewhere. We're in a bit of a bind at the moment. Ooh, these things are fast. I walked into that one. Close, close. We did get some stone from that anyway. So let's exit for a second. And we'll go back to our village just to see if we can do any upgrades. Alright, so we need 150 for the upgrades there, wasn't it? Yeah, we're definitely going to have to continue on and do additional waves for these upgrades. Yeah, 150 seems to be, or even 100 to unlock the sculptor. Very close to getting the sculptor, then we can play as a different character, I guess. So that's quite cool. Well, that was Crafty Survivors. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely worth checking out for the price tag on it. I think it's a actually fairly refreshing take on the Survivors genre. Being able to play as different professions, you know, like I said earlier, it's not your typical RPG characters or classes. It gives you a little bit more to play around with, having class-specific abilities. I'm interested to see what the sculptor and the additional characters like the seamstress are going to be like. I'm not sure what the fourth character was. Maybe like a lumberjack or something like that. Not too sure. But that'll be interesting to see. I'm sure there's going to be quite a lot added to this game as it progresses through from the early access. But yeah, I think it's a really good game in general. It's got nice quick play sessions because it's not stuck with the timer, like a 30-minute timer like you get on Vampire Survivors. They're a lot faster rounds, so it's a bit more accessible for people to jump in, have a quick game or two, and then hop back out again. But yeah, if you enjoy the content like this, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and a comment below, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya!